Michael continues to be the absolute worst. If I have to see this picture again, I'm probably going to jump out my window. And this was pretty much my face for the entirety of the episode. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today I'm covering Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 8, Serving Up Betrayals. Ooh, this was a good episode. I'm very excited to get into this with you and talk about how much we hate Michael. Oh my gosh. He stirs up as much hatred in me as Rinna does, and that's saying something. Those two, I trust them about equally, I'll say that. But I can't wait to get into this one with you. It's a really juicy episode, so let's get into it. So the editors have been having a lot of fun this season with different effects. This episode, we see these plays, fast forwards, rewinds, and I'm just glad that they're enjoying themselves with that. So we see the end of the episode fight rewound back to the beginning. We start out with Candiace in the studio re-recording I See You, the remix. I'm sorry, I just can't with this. I'm not into the song. By the way, if you haven't already, check out my other video I just posted with some awful housewife songs, and that one's on there, so take a look when you have a chance. And then we go over to one of the most cringe-worthy scenes of this episode. It's Ashley and Michael, the Darbys. He is awful. He is the worst. And I have always been an Ashley fan. I don't know why. I know she's messy, but I like her. But, you know, something happened this episode where I realized you can't help her. She just is so apologetic and covering for him that I can't with her anymore, and that sucks because I wanted to like her. I love Baby Dean. He's so cute. I wish he looked more like her than his dad, but that's another story. But she just lives in her own little world, and we all know he banged that chick. That's so disgusting, by the way. And she's just like, oh, yeah, he passed out drunk. He didn't do anything, even though we have all this evidence pointing to the opposite. This whole fake apology thing really bothered me because he was even being shitty to her during that. He's like, I can't believe you can eat during this. And I just thought it was disgusting. It just furthered my dislike of Michael, and he creeps me out so much. We got these horrible clips where we saw this woman, obviously she was in it for the publicity. She's filming, going back to the room with him. That awful shot, again, I can't. I'm going to scratch my eyes out if I see that again. And his fake apology here where he's pretending to be upset or give a shit about her when obviously he doesn't. Then he waves his hand to get a producer over there. And he's basically, okay, I did it. I'm done. We're done with this now. He's such a shitbag. He can't even apologize, right? And again, I used to love Ashley, but this season, it's just like, it hit me like, oh yeah, she's okay with all this. She's covering for him, and I don't care. I'll say the same thing as I said with Denise. I don't care what they do behind closed doors. That's between them, and if they have agreement, good for them. The problem is that he's such a jerk all the time, and he's a jerk to her, and she lets him be that way, and it's disgusting. Then we go over to Monique. She's working on this Not for Lazy Moms thing, and I still don't fully understand it. I love her. I don't understand this business. Sounds like they're pushing for this live podcast, and unfortunately they have 300 tickets to sell. They've sold 20. That sucks. So she's kind of freaking out. She says she's going to meet with the accountant. Okay, that'll come up later. We'll move on. So then we go over to Gizelle, and I love Gizelle. And I don't understand how she dresses. I don't understand this outfit. She's just so beautiful, and I don't get it. Okay, so she's wearing these fake glasses. Robyn comes over to meet her. They get to talking. She's filling her in, Robyn is, on all the stuff she missed while she was accepting her literary award. And the best part of this is that we find out that Robyn accidentally texted Ashley that picture of Michael. And Gizelle's face right here was my face when I found out. Oh my God. Oh, she accidentally texted it back to Ashley. Luckily, she was able to cover pretty good, but holy cringe. So then we go over to Wendy, and you guys, let's talk about this. I'm really trying to like Wendy. I'm trying to give her a chance. I'm not a fan yet. This scene didn't help because, again, all we can talk about are the degrees she has and how hard she works and the jobs and that's not what I'm here for on Housewives. That's great in real life, but not on Housewives. What are we doing? Her husband's nice looking, but that's about it. That's all I got. I'm just not a fan yet. I did get overwhelming comments in my last Potomac video that you guys are kind of on the same page. I didn't get many Wendy supporters in there as well. So curious to know your thoughts. Those are mine. Then we go over to Monique and Chris, and I'm sorry, who looks this good working out? I don't. What the hell is happening? She looks fantastic. Anyway, so she's talking to Chris, and she's trying to tell him about what's going on with this podcast and not selling tickets and all that. And yeah, it turns out she has spent $200,000 on this business. $200,000. Holy shit, that's wild. Even Chase thinks it's wild. I just couldn't believe it when she said that amount of money. That is crazy. And Chris seems sweet about it. He's like, maybe we should back off. And she's like, I'm not backing off. We see this poster or this flyer that she's had made up for the event. And she's explained that Candiace is now backing out after she made these flyers. And so that's not helping things. The tension is, already big. The thing I'll say here is I love Monique. I am very much Team Monique. I just don't care for Candiace at all. But she is shading Candiace here. She's saying the honeymoon is over. She's talking about Candiace not going on her honeymoon. She printed this flyer with this, and then she's confused why Candiace is backing out. I kind of get it. I kind of do. But that is shitty of Candiace to commit to something, and then after all this stuff is made up, she backs out. So this is kind of where the episode ran off the tracks for me. We have Robyn at her parents' house. Not much going on here. We find out Mom is supportive of remarriage to Juan. Dad, not so much. She's showing him the finger tattoo. Not much to report. Same thing here. Ashley's with her mom and her half-sister. Doesn't this girl look like the girl off Two Broke Girls? That was my thought there. This girl's very enthusiastic for being on the show. So we see her mom, Ashley's mom, trying to give her advice and telling her, make sure about Michael. And that's the first time I've actually agreed with her mom. Okay, so Gizelle, she is throwing this wine tasting, and I love this space. I know. I'm all about fall and all this barn crap, and I think it's fantastic. I thought it just looked like a cool place to have a wine tasting. So all the ladies show up. They're there to celebrate Gizelle winning this literary award. And Gizelle's super excited. The ladies all arrive. This is where we see Candiace come in, making it the Candiace show, singing. And Wendy's right behind her. Then we see the guy pouring the wine. And I have to take just a second here and say, does anybody watch Always Sunny? All I could think of is Rickety Cricket. That made me laugh. Okay. So everything starts out okay with this wine event. Monique's in a good mood. Candiace is making the Candiace show. Ashley walks in. She starts addressing the photos. She basically reveals to everybody that yes, we do have an arrangement. I don't know. It sounds like that they have threesome. She admits to that. They're asking her, well, what if he does it again? She's like, nope, that'll be it. Yeah, right. We'll see. I want to feel for Ashley, but I'm over it. So moving on from there, this is where things start to go south for Monique and Candiace. They've had this tension boiling and brewing, and here it is. Here's an excuse to argue, so they do. So they go back and forth. Monique is pissed at Candiace for backing out of this podcast. Candiace brings up the very funny moment where Monique pretended to sleep last week when Candiace was about to leave. Candiace feels like Monique is mom shaming her for not having kids. Monique feels like Candiace doesn't understand all the work she did having 3 kids. And I don't know. Candiace lost me here because she was being way over dramatic. She's kind of egging on Monique. Monique gets pissed. They start kind of putting hands and faces. And unfortunately, Monique starts flicking Candiace's hair, and you can imagine how that goes over. So I'm very excited to see next week. I want to see what the heck goes down because it sounds like it gets real bad. And then we get this to be continued. We don't even get a flash to next week. That's just how the episode ends. So I feel like they packed it all in there at the end. I would have rather cut out some of that middle stuff with Robyn and her family and Ashley and her family and seen more of this fight. But I thought it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what the heck is going to happen next week. And I just love Potomac. It's so much fun to talk about. It's never boring. I'll give them that. Even the boring scenes are not boring. So that is it. I so appreciate you guys watching. I really do. I appreciate every wonderful comment you guys have left. Just everything, all the support. You guys have been fantastic. I'm covering New York. Beverly Hills, thank God, is over. I'm covering Below Deck. And I'm about to start Ladies of London. I've already been recording some episodes, so if you're not on that, get on that because it's fantastic. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I so appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.